Alright folks, how you doing? Russell, TrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box, Mind, Body, Spirit, Fitness. Put in the healing back in health. Excuse me. Once again, when you're at the website, sign up for the free newsletter. Check out the free downloads, setting goals, nutrition, and supplementation. Don't forget to like the social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Also got a podcast out there now, True Results 303. Coming at you today with a video on the glycemic index lie. Right? I know it was probably 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, there was this popularity, infomercials everywhere, the low glycemic diet. Right? So they're feeding you this information about the glycemic index. And what is that? The glycemic index is a list of foods that will spike your insulin level less or more. What foods? So it's like, what foods should you eat that are going to give you a high insulin response versus foods that are going to give you less of an insulin response, right? And of course, if you're diabetic and things like that, you want low glycemic carbohydrates versus high glycemic index carbohydrates and things like that. Because of course, when it comes to weight loss, hormones do play a big part. So, but there is a lie about this whole concept that we've got to understand sometimes, right? So like I said, this is going to break down food individually, right? So if you're going to do it, banana is one of the highest foods on the glycemic index chart. It's going to give you more of an insulin response. That's why they say you should eat berries, because berries have a really low glycemic index, right? And the majority of the time it's going to be any fruit that you eat that does not have skin on it, or a seed is going to be really highly active with insulin, versus if you eat something that has the skin and the fiber in it, it's going to be on the low side of insulin production, okay? But we've got to remember there's also this thing called the glycemic, if I remember right, glycemic index load. I think it is the glycemic index load. I didn't look at my nutrition book first. But what is this? This is taking into account now that you are combining your foods, right? And that's how a majority of us eat. We don't have a mono meal approach. So you're not just sitting there eating 1,000 calories of rice, or you're not just going to sit there and eat 20 bananas. Now, of course, if you follow some of these people on YouTube that are the fruitarians, I think it is, where they do sit there and eat 20, 30, 40, 50 bananas at a time. But a majority of the time, we as a people are not consuming mono meals, right? Sorry, my nose is clogged. We are consuming meals with multiple foods. So we've got to understand that once we do that, that glycemic index almost is no longer in play, because you've got all these other factors. You've got way more fiber. Now you've got fats slow digestion. You've got protein. All these different things that now are going to affect that food. So the glycemic index really only works if you are consuming just that food alone. Once you start combining, then it's the glycemic index load, if I remember correctly. So there you have it. Don't get stuck on really focusing on that glycemic index unless you are only consuming that food by itself, a mono meal. If you are combining multiple foods, it's a lot more difficult, and don't even bother really wasting your time on searching and studying the glycemic index, in my opinion. So there you have it. Once again, remember, this is a channel of multiple topics. We've got spiritual, Christian, exercise videos, all these different things, motivational videos, how to accomplish things in your life, goals, things like that. So check out the rest of the channel, see if there's things you like, subscribe to this channel, check us out on social media, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, podcast, share and like these videos.